grab those pumpkins off the porch, because today we're canning pumpkin. Hi, everybody. I don't know about you, but I still have both of my Halloween pumpkins left over. I just brought them in last night because it's getting pretty cold. I didn't want them to rot. Now, I don't carve my pumpkins. So everything we're going to talk about today, it's going to be about whole pumpkin. Because if you've carved it, it's probably no good. And you're probably going to have to throw it out. So we're going to can these up today. I think I'm going to do them in quart jars, though, instead of pints. Because I found that when I go to make my pies, I got to use 2 of these. So today we're going to can them in quarts. Basic water canning. We're going to clean them, throw them in the oven, and prepare them up. So let's get started. All right. So I've got my little tray here. But before we get started, I want you to put your oven at 375. Do it right now. Okay. So let's get these cleaned up and ready to go. Take off any stickers. They just sticker these suckers up, don't they? Now, in order to can these pumpkins, we have to get rid of this outer layer, the peeling, okay? So I'm going to cut this in half. You know, I have never done one of these white pumpkins before. So I have no idea what it's going to look like. Hardest pumpkin I've ever cut. I need to get a different knife. Oh, interesting. Now, we got to get all this stuff out of the middle of it. So get yourself a big old bowl or a trash bag, whatever. Depends on what you're going to do with it. or rather Pawpaw, has requested that I save it all for him because he is the superintendent at a golf course, and they have some steep banks that are eroding away because of lack of vegetation. And he is going to throw all these seeds on that bank and let them grow next year. So who knows, I may have a ton of pumpkins next year. Now, also know that your chickens will love these too. And pumpkin seeds are a natural dewormer for not only chickens, but really all your animals. You can also roast them and eat them yourself. One down. pumpkin. Spot. I'm going to go ahead and just cut that out. Okay, so the next thing you want to do, now that your oven should be hot, although mine's not yet, we're going to want to put these on some cookie sheets. We're going to put them face down at 375 degrees. And depending on the size of your pumpkin, if it's a small pie pumpkin, they call them sugar balls, 10 to 20 minutes, depending. Larger pumpkins, 30 to 45 minutes. I'm going to set mine for 30 minutes and check it. Anyway, come on. So we're going to set these on the cookie sheets just like so. Okay? Ooh, doesn't quite fit. Let's do this. We'll do that. Okay? Now, we don't want to cook these till they're super, super soft. We just want them tender enough to stick a fork in it. Ah, my oven's ready. Good timing. Just tender enough to stick a fork in it. So I'm going to set the timer for 30 minutes and we'll check it with the fork then. Ah, I forgot to rearrange my oven shelves, so don't forget to do that. 30 minutes and we'll check it with a fork. All right, let's check it. The white pumpkin's not close. Orange pumpkin's close. So I'm going to set the timer for 10 minutes. All right, I'm going to take the orange one out. But I'm going to leave the white one in there for another 10 minutes. Now I'll keep doing this at 10-minute intervals until the pumpkin's where I want it to be. The orange one's done. So I'm going to take it out and I'm going to completely let it cool to as close to room temperature as you can. So it's going to take a bit. So anyway, I'm going to stop here and we'll come back after they're cooled and ready for the next step. All right. Both the pumpkins are done. So now they're cooled off, cooled to the touch. And so now we're going to peel the skins off. And the skins are going to peel off really super easy. Also, I want to point out that at this point, since I'm done with the oven for my pumpkins, I have my jars in the oven at 250 degrees for a minimum of 15 minutes. Okay? So, we're going to skin our pumpkins. And really, it just peels right off. You don't even need a knife. Yeah, it peels right off. There's a lot of controversy over canning pureed pumpkin. For the record, the USDA says no, you cannot can pureed pumpkin. Now, it's your kitchen. It's your kitchen. There's nobody running your kitchen but you. Do your own research. Decide for yourself. I will tell you my experience. I have canned pureed pumpkin. But not with good results. I think I canned 3 quarts and got 2/3, but I did lose 1 quart. The premise behind the USDA telling you that you cannot puree canned pumpkin is because of the density of the pumpkin once it is pureed, okay? When you're pressure canning things, they're gonna boil. Doesn't matter how thick it is. But when you're dealing with really thick products like pumpkin would be, or mashed potatoes, or, really thick things, bubbles will form and not always escape. And that's what happened to my jar. In the very center of the jar, a bubble had formed. Now, it was sealed. I popped the seal. I was fixing to use it. And as I was taking it, smelled fine. Okay? Smelled fine. As I was emptying the jar, I get to this void, and in that void was mold. So my experience was not good. But again, there's lots of info out there. You do the research. You decide for yourself. It's your kitchen. I am going to cut my pumpkin. I'm going to cube it. And I'm going to cube it in about, I don't know, roughly 1-inch cubes. Load of pumpkin. How much you want to bet I don't have enough jars? Heat it up. I have enough jars. But I bet I'll have to get more. So let's get over to the countertop and get this stuff canning. All right, here we are. We're going to get the jars out of the oven. Now I did end up putting a couple more jars into the oven. And I have a couple more even, if I think I need them. But I'm going to start out with my original 5. Don't forget your, what the hell is this even? Funnel, canning funnel. Now my hands are washed. My kitchen, my food. So I'm just using my hands. Now I did get a spoon so I can kind of, you know, I don't want it packed, but, you know, I want them settled, if that makes sense. But I definitely do not want these packed. And I want to stop at that 1-inch headspace. Okay? Okay, so I ended up putting even 2 more, preparing 2 more jars. So I ended up with 9 quarts. 9 quarts. This quart's a little shy, but it's all right. That's all right. We're going to add the hot water. I'm just going to, now you don't have to add anything. You could keep these dry, okay? I'm not going to. I'm going to add water. Yeah, you just saw me put 2 jars in there on their side. That's another controversial move. God, look at all this crap on my shirt. USDA is going to tell you you cannot do that. So officially, the answer is no, you cannot do that. But again, your kitchen, your rules, your food. I have done it more than once in a pinch. I don't do it unless I have to, but I'm going to in this case. So anyway, let's get this pressure canner going. Get it up to temp, and we better look up the timing or the processing time. All right, finally done. I did want to add that at this point, this process has taken 7 hours. 7. 7. Now the 2 that were laying on their side siphoned all the liquid out of it, but that's okay. It's still fine. Anyway, there you have it. We have 9 quarts of pumpkin. There's so much we can do. 1 quart would make a regular sized pie. You'd want to use 2 if you were going to do a deep dish. So now we just let them pop, and we'll put them up tomorrow. But thanks for watching. I do appreciate you very much. If you have any questions, make sure you ask them down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Love ya. Nana Prep out.